One thing I sort of don't understand, I've been following this um, P. Diddy thing a little bit. And there's this woman, Jaguar Wright, who seems to know a lot of things and is talking about, or at least is saying a lot of things that is being listened to. She was on Pierce Morgan. She was on a bunch of podcasts. She's always talking every day. Seems like I turn on my phone and she's saying something new about something else that's going on. And I don't know anything about her. I know she's been in the business for a long time. And the only question I would ask her, like I would ask anybody, and in a respectful way, like anybody would ask, okay, I'm going to take everything that she says as the truth because until someone gives me a reason to doubt them or to make me think that they're lying, I'm going to believe every single word that they say. Now, if anything comes out that she's a lie, then I won't believe a single word that she says. But up until this point, I haven't seen anything. But I have to ask, like all these things, and you saw all these things. Where were you this whole time? And this is not an accusatory tone. I'm just asking. I mean, were you afraid too? Uh, did you stay silent because you were afraid? Um, did it was this year somehow, some way, the year to do it after, a few other people had come out and made some allegations, and it looked like things were gonna get, cracked open wide. So people started coming out the woodworks, because again, no offense to her, she did sort of come out the woodworks for me. I'm not saying maybe she was known to other people, but I didn't know anything about her until I might have heard the name. It rang a bell somehow, some way, but I didn't know who she was consciously until she started talking about this situation. And I remember the first couple times I seen her talking about this situation, I thought she was like the other guy there, Gene Deal. He's another player in this. He was actually, I remember seeing him about it on talking about this type of stuff long time ago. I remember when he was trying to peddle a VHS tape where he reveals everything. I wish I had that tape now. Watching what he said on it. Someone's got to have that. Um, him too. He knows all these things that were going on. What did he do about it? And not in an accusatory tone. I don't know what he did or didn't do about anything. I don't know people's positions, but people seem to always get asked, after things happen, well, how come you didn't say anything? How come you didn't say anything? Well, how about the people that are bringing it up? How come they didn't say anything at that time or do anything? And I understand if you just didn't. People, sometimes we just don't do things when we know things are going on. When you're part of a structure that everybody's interconnected somehow. You want to play along, I guess, or just don't make waves, and you don't want to fuck with people, on much higher levels than you, especially in times like the 80s and the 90s, before all the TV, before the internet, everybody with a phone, when it's a lot easier to make people, suffer or disappear. So I'm just asking. But whatever that case is, I have to say this about the whole situation. Who? And I just heard actually that lady Jaguar says, I was thinking the same exact thing. She said the same thing, and she confirmed it with what she's saying, saying that it started way before Diddy. And I was always wondering that, like those circles, all the people that ever get brought forward are never the true heads of any of those freak off parties or secret societies or ritualistic whatever. The people who get persecuted, prosecuted, are not the big dogs. They're the entry level guys. Even someone like P. Diddy, as powerful, has everything that people think he is. In the circles that he's in, he's really nothing. He's really nothing. Even with those tapes, he's nothing. He's nothing. You know what? Let's say he goes to people with real power. I'm gonna release these tapes. Go ahead, slimy, greasy cocksuck. Release those tapes. You're gonna be in jail the rest of your life. I know you don't care. Your kids. What we're gonna do to them? It's gonna be interesting because he knows what other people are capable of. We're not talking about just legally or anything like that. So don't just think because he has things, certain things, maybe videos of certain people, that he's gonna throw some weight around and people are gonna be afraid of him. And keep this in mind too. When it comes to a lot of sex shit, it's getting very close to a point where people aren't really giving a fuck if their name does get put out there. And, like a lot of criminals, they say, that commit crimes and nobody knows about it. Some people just, they just want to get caught. Imagine the burden off their chest if someone gets exposed being gay. He's in a freak off. And that's another thing. This thing it's becoming half attack on sexuality. It's pathetic. Pathetic how we can't separate the two. Nobody should really be saying anything about this P. Diddy guy until the evidence comes out. Don't really have evidence. I don't like that guy, that guy Vlad from Vlad TV, but he gave one of the. I gotta say, I really don't like him. A lot of the shit he talks about and everything, but when he spoke to Piers Morgan, the way he broke everything down, I gotta give it up to him. My hat's off to him. He said things perfectly, especially about the evidence. And about even what Jaguar Wright said. He straight out said she makes things up. Now I have to start thinking to myself though too, Vlad TV has been in the business for a long, long time, and I don't know, it's gotta be like, I think from what I know, I can remember from 2010, 2012, right around there, I think. I started, so probably before that, but and focuses on the hip hop community, all the interviews. Get a number. How many interviews has he done? Some major names, underground names, mid-level names. This guy produces, musicians, bodyguards, limo drivers, the whole nine. He did a great job. As much as I don't like him, I cannot say that he didn't do a great job in presenting what I believe, presenting a pretty unbiased view of hip hop. Even with his little quirks and things that, things I don't like about him, I have to give him that too. He did that. He did a good job about that. But even he said, that he said she makes things up and all that. But the evidence will come out. And you know something? People are like, oh, he's going to be in jail forever and this and that. No. His reputation, all that, is going to be shot. Business, he'll make money. If he gets out, he'll make money. He'll make just another avenue. He won't make money through the same, maybe the same outlets. And that's maybe, depending on what the verdict is, how he gets off, if he gets off, maybe he gets an innocent. He's got big bread. And I don't care if there's 1,000 people that are up there saying, assault or anything like that. It's not that hard as a lawyer to make a jury see how someone of that stature, of that comes in contact with so many people and is that famous, could easily have 1,000 people bullshitting. You know what I mean? Yeah, think about it. 1,000? That's it? I could find you 1,000, 6 blocks down from here. that'll testify against someone like that for money. So, and I don't condone anything, the things that are known, things that happened with his, that you do know, that happened with his ex, the one where he's going down the hallway and he's hitting her. Look, first off, I don't condone physical violence in any way, in any situation, with anything, unless it's self-defense or something like that. But aggression on something, especially something weaker, right? I'll respect you if you want to go pick a fight. You're not picking fights with the young guys. You're finding bigger guys. You're finding stronger guys. You're finding tougher guys, and you're trying to bully them. I respect you. You know what I mean? But bullying, hitting, casting down over upon, things that are weaker than you, to me, is one of the worst things that you can do. So I don't agree with what he did. However, I don't know the dynamics of their relationship. I don't know anything of that nature, what went on behind the scenes. And that's another thing that you have to take into account. Everything is separate. That situation is separate from everything else. So, yeah, maybe he's not the greatest person to be around. But I'll tell you this much. I guarantee you there's a lot of people out there that are going to say he did shit to them, that were willing participants, that bent over, no problem, that bent down, no problem, that sat back while other people bent down, no problem. They're going to say they had, that they were victims. That's some of the worst shit that you can do, again. And I guarantee you, a lot of people, a lot of people are saying everybody knew. Everybody knew. Even that girl, Jaguar White, is saying everybody knew. And when she says everybody, she ain't putting no asterisks. I'm not bringing like a racial thing into this, but I notice a lot of time when black people speak and they want to be specific about something, when they say everybody, they might, after that, right after, say something real quick, like, but not this, or that. She's left it open to everybody. And I think that means everybody, not just the hip-hop community. Everybody knew. Because who did he do business with? He did business, with blacks, but mucho whites, too. And I don't know. But I think whites are also into freaky sex shit, too. I think they're also known for doing some deviant shit, too. So I would venture to say, if you got a billionaire who got like this underground sex thing going on, which, you know what I mean? Say it was legit and no one was getting hurt or anything like that. I mean, what's the, how many steps away from where Diddy had it do you have to polish it or take things away to make it like where it's okay, where nobody can say there's nothing wrong with it? That's what, I guess, where you got to get it to, where it's all willing, but I forgot what I was going to say. I know what I was talking about. But these things, unfortunately, I hate it because, the trial's playing out. The trials, there's no way you're going to get an unbiased jury. There is no fucking way. You have to try him probably in another country that still doesn't have good technology, to find people that maybe haven't heard about this. You know what I mean? Go to I was going to say Ukraine, but there's probably nowhere left to land. We're going to be started on Ukraine, Russia. That fiasco. But this thing, it's they're saying he's gonna tear down. I was watching another thing because you dive into the wormhole of it and see the way it's affecting people, what they're talking about, and other people are saying, one person saying about how it's, there's a black man there and he's being torn down, and black people love to tear black men down. black men specifically like to tear other black men down. You've heard all this shit before, this crab in a barrel and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, the same shit's done across every race, I believe. You know, white men tear white men down. Spanish men tear Spanish men down. Happens a lot. I know the focus when it comes to black topics, it's unique and specific. It has to be, right? They were the only ones out of all those groups that were specifically slaves and had to build from that. So sexuality, it's been a scary topic in the black community for a long time. Not if you're straight if you're gay. There's been a thing around it. But there's always been, like, there's a thing around gayness, right? But with the black community, like this fear, not fear, but like, no, I mean, like that. But you go to any, any hood, any, center where people, there's a lot of black people. There's always flamboyantly gay people, like dudes, girls that are gay, that they interact with everybody, and people treat them no different. You know what I mean? It's fine. So it's strange. The type of, it's interesting. It's not strange. It's interesting. The type of fear that comes, or the type of stigma that comes within that community with the gay. Before it was no diddy, it was no homo. You have to constantly be reminding the other person that you're not intending anything gay. And on top of that, apologizing for saying something that might sound gay to my ears. I never thought it was gay while you were speaking it, just because you say something back of my throat or something like that. That's making you think of these things. So there's no reason to make a statement and then think of how unintelligent that is. And think of how many man hours over time you take up by just saying the words no homo, which is, in effect, you're describing the meaning of what you just said, and where what you just said should be understood while you're saying it. You don't have to then make it a whole unique statement to explain what you just said. So now take that time. You said no homo. How long does it take? A second. Let's say it takes a second to speak it. Let's say you say it 10 times a day, 10 seconds times that, however long you fucking live. And then take that time and you spent that saying something that sounds stupid, doing something that definitely is not needed, to say the least, to put it mildly. I say it's fucking retarded to describe the words that you just said again, and the feeling of it, to make sure other people don't think that it's anything gay, and so you don't sound gay. It's like, you know what I mean? Imagine like a comedian telling a joke in like a auditorium, and sees people leaving, tells a joke. Well, make sure they know I said no homo. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a big thing. Anyways, talk about who's gay this, who's gay that, Meek Mill this, Meek Mill that. This tape came out, blah, blah, blah. Got it to the point where I saw today, Meek Mill is paying $100,000. Anybody wants to investigate any kind of relationship between him and Diddy. Again, I take everybody for what they say until they give me a reason to prove to say they're a liar. Now, someone like Meek Mill right there, I would say you're I believe you. Nothing happened. I know. They talk about this fucking AI. Everything's fucking AI, fucking fake. AI video is, look what they're doing with it now. AI audio must be like that. That audio tape that came out, because first of all, it could be anybody. There's someone said it's them. All this shit. They said that girl Jaguar White said. Jaguar Wright said Nicki Minaj, put it out or something like that, or this or that. Well, Nicki Minaj could have been. This is, and nothing against her, but if what Vlad says is right, that she just makes shit up. Now maybe that's a stretch. Maybe she stretches things. Like maybe she was talking to Nicki Minaj maybe sometime. And maybe, who knows, maybe even Nicki Minaj did say that to Jaguar White. Maybe it was a situation where Meek Mill was going out with his fucking friends a lot. Fucking in her mind, fucking chick. She'd be like, fuck that fucking faggot motherfucker, rather be with his fucking friends and fucking playing video games, some shit, fucking this and that. He'd probably sucking their fucking, you know what? Fucking Diddy fucking him in the ass. You know what I mean? Say some shit like that. Who knows? A fucking chick could fucking do anything. I thought that kind of shit was impossible with people that you fucking were fucking together with. But when you have seen what people can do, I'm just saying that. So until the hard, factual, actual motherfucking in your face exacto fucking facts come out, sorry, I ain't fucking casting no fucking judgment. I don't give a fuck if he called somebody 175,000 times in one fucking day. That don't mean shit to me. I could find a reason why. It looks like he called this witness that was named in a lawsuit, right? 128 times. Now, that looks like, call and say this, do this, do that. Could be. Definitely could be. 50-50. But it also could be, I know you well, this and that. Fucking, this is what I got going on in my fucking life. Your name in this lawsuit, fucking, and the first thing she could have said to him was like, this is all fucking bullshit. So he's got someone on the side. I can see how in a day, he's got a million things going on. Call her 178 fucking times. We got this fucking blah, 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 because she didn't name herself in the lawsuit. Someone else named her in the lawsuit. So, I'm sick and tired of fucking motherfuckers getting not tried. I don't give a fuck about being tried by before your court, because this trial can be more honest and can reveal more fucking facts. I just don't like motherfuckers judging before at least the other facts come out. You gotta hear both sides. Judging based off what people say. No, you should know better than that by now. I'm disappointed when they say the internet is this and this. I'm disappointed, I guess in the internet as a whole, in the combined, that's everybody's fucking fault. The combined, I guess, IQ of this to not to fucking feel one way or the other, but to judge motherfuckers. Before to judge motherfuckers on what other people say. That's fucking highly disappointing and unfortunate for us as a fucking society, and definitely us as an interconnected fucking technological fucking society. Going forward, the judgment, that's something both sides should easily agree on. And that's a great way to start any kind of conversation, any kind of discussion, any kind of debate on anything, is to begin with something you agree on.